Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now today is the last of the daily race C, and with this particular race, already running wide, we'll look at the old steward cam and see what verdict they give us. Now if we do run wide, we are found guilty, so because we're found guilty, we will receive the half a second track limit penalty. So good start already on that one, started in P6. Now as we come to the best stop curves here, the Porsche driver decides, do you know what, why not use the grass instead of the tarmac? So he proceeds to do that. The third place and the fifth person in front of us both get penalties, so three of us got penalties to serve for the next corner coming up. Bruh. Now obviously those two just taking each other out, so wow, sort of Gran Turismo for you. Anyway, so move up into P4 now, so gained 2 places from that particular incident there. Now as we come to serve the penalty, lose 2 places, so back into 6th and potentially lose 7th. We'll have a look. No, Muhammad Ali. Oh no, it wasn't. Muhammad Ali. Oh no. Okay. That's oh, it is Nari. Okay, I could have swore it said Muhammad Ali. Anyway, oh, he's in P8. So actually move into P5, we get the old push Pappy there, push him out of the way, get into position 5. So as we end lap 1, we're in P5, so moved up a couple of spaces overall. Now lap 2, and on the first corner we learn our lesson, so we do not go wide, stay within the confines of the rumble strips just there. Now onto the bus stop curves, I'm going to call them. Still in 5th, 2 seconds to go, about 2 seconds behind Carlos Sainz Jr. So we've got an F1 driver in the lobby with us, which is pretty cool. Now as we come down the left-hander here, still in 5th, push Pappy there is actually quite close on us, but I've got to say this Lexus is pretty good on the corners, or pretty good around the corners. A little bit oversteery just like there, for example, but I mean not as bad as that BMW behind. But on the straights anyway, this car is really quick as well. Now as we approach 4th, you serve this penalty, don't get the overtake done. I run a little bit too deep there into the corner, so a little bit slow on the exit. And as we approach this left-hander, again, has a good stability this Lexus, but it's got to be straight when you exit the corner. Now again, as we finish lap 2, just one more corner to go. We're in P5, chasing P4 there, about half a second gap. And as we skip ahead, just past the bus stop for lap 3, still in P5. Again, that's the 4th and 3rd there, quite close. We are to them, so got a bit of a safe battle. Porsche running a little bit wide, not hitting the apex, and Carlos Sainz there. I don't know what lines he's doing, just certainly not the racing ones. Now as we approach the right-hander here, again Carlos Sainz has put his hands on and then just quits, so see you later. Probably forgot I had to attend a F1 race. Now again, a little bit of smoke there. P3 there, almost gets the overtake. I get track limits for again running over the curb, so got to serve half a second penalty for near the end of the track. Now P3 and P2 there. This is just the power of the Lexus, how quick it is. See the Porsche and the Subaru there. Don't even need to be in the slipstream and slowly catching, but I say the Lexus is very powerful. P2 there, getting the manoeuvre done and getting into P2, so pretty good battle there. Quite fun to watch. It's quite entertaining being a spectator and not being a part of it. Now P2 there does peel off. We're on the back of the Porsche, about less than half a second. Again, Porsche running a bit wide, but also probably get a faster exit, as it is quite a long left-hander. And the same with this right-hander, it's obviously uphill, and it's quite a long corner too. So as you finish the corner, and we have to serve a penalty, P5 there, just over 1.5 seconds. Now lap 5, still in P4. Obviously have lost a bit of a gap between me and that Porsche. So, well, just over a half second. Now skip ahead a bit more, and again coming to the left-hander, close the gap down to just under a second, or round about there, fluctuating here and there. And as we again come round the right-hander here and up the curve, it's just again within contention of just over a second. If you counter the corners and straights, things like that, so we're not too far behind. Obviously we've opened a massive gap now, just over 6 seconds, I guess. Push Pappy there, served the penalty, so yeah, just over 6 seconds to P5, so comfortable gap there anyway. Now again, as we approach the last couple of corners of lap 5, I believe the Porsche actually peels off and actually enters the pit. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, goes in the pit. He is pitting now, probably to go onto the softs. Yes, no, he's going on the hard, so he's done the opposite strategy to what I guess the rest of us have done. So lap 6 now, obviously the gap is 2 seconds or so to the car in front, again through the bus stops, and onto the right-hander, still again 2 second gap or roundabout, and just really trying hard to catch up, but half-worn tyres on this Lexus is proving quite difficult. Unless obviously 2 cars in front have a penalty, but we don't. Now lap 6, again the gap, we've opened the gap anyway to P4 like over 8 seconds, so very comfortable. It's just a matter of catching up and just, again, hate using that term, but lock in, I guess, and just try and catch up as quick as possible to close the gap and stay within the slipstream range. Now P2 there, Bellator actually goes in the pits, and we think we do too. Again, Den is on the racing softs, and then switches to the hard, and me and P2 both on the hards. Now as we leave the pit stops here, we are in P7. The Spanish driver there has a half a second penalty. Now I do notice that with this, if you can get as close as possible, we do actually gain a little bit of time within the pit stop for some reason. So obviously we are less than a second, and obviously as we entered we weren't, so not too sure what is up with that. Now as we approach the bus stop curves here, we are 0.7 seconds behind to a second, so we have closed the gap a little bit through the pit stop, and now we're on the soft tyres. We can effectively gain more speed through the corners, and we know that this Lexus is powerful and comfortable enough to catch up. Obviously P5 there's got a penalty, so hopefully guaranteed the overtake, and it's a free pass. Now as we come round, the BMW there takes an awful line, they're really wide, so we're definitely guaranteed a free position. Just take the penalty there. Bit of a risky manoeuvre here, driving through, as you do, driving through the Ghost. Could have went not see-through and ruined our race and his race, so thank you that it didn't happen. Now again, we have closed the gap down now to P5 there, Bellator, 0.7 seconds, and obviously have got probably a few drivers in front that need to pit still. I believe they'll probably pit on this lap. As you can see, there's probably 1 or 2 drivers, so the top 2 drivers are in, P Skiddy, Kaiser, and also Wonder Mike 2. So we actually move up now into P3, so on the podium now. So it's a good result either way if we're on the podium. Now we have really caught up to Bellator actually, half a second gap. We've closed the 2, and again, if we can stay within the slipstream range, we can guarantee more catching up. As this Lexus, again, as I keep saying, very quick, very powerful. So as you can see down the straight, closing the gap, 0.3. We're getting there. Approach the bus stop curves here. He brakes a little bit hard, allows us to catch up even more. Pretty confident with the car, so we can take as much of the road, use as much of the track as possible. Now first place is also just up the road, Den, and Bellator there goes wide, and then I guess it wants to take the faster exit, but as you can see we're still close. Notice that Bellator does go wide to hit a tighter line, I guess, through these corners, through these long corners especially. Now myself, second and first, all really close now. Probably less than the second gap between me and first. Definitely less than the second gap now. So as first and second go to battle it out, tap the driver there, and Den here gets a bit of a spin on. I feel really bad for him. His race has now been ruined. So we actually get into first place from the manoeuvre. So 2 overtakes in 1 corner. Thank you very much. I do feel bad though. That was very unlucky. But I believe he was on the hard tyres, so the less grippy tyres. So maybe on the softs it wouldn't have spun. Who knows? But I guess touching the grass, and yeah, that's what caused it. So lap 9 now. First place. Now we just got a speed away and get away from Bellator. So as we approach the bus stops here, again, just taking a really bad line for some reason, not doing too well. And as we approach this right-hander and go around it, do run here, just off. And again, steward cam comes out. They want to take a look. They want to see if it was a penalty. VAR, of course, and found guilty. So, as we know now we're getting a half a second penalty. So does Bellator behind? Yes, he has a 1 second penalty. So some Gran Turismo gods were really looking out for me. We don't have to serve as much time, considering how close Bellator really is, especially with 2 laps to go, and it is very close contention too. So we serve our penalty, and we then start beginning to drive away, leaving Bellator now. So over a second gap. Again, but take a really awful line, and that's not what we want to do, of course. But these softs, I mean, if you look at the tyre degradation on it right now, it's just, well, this front left anyway, over half worn, so not too great. I believe the tyre wear on this Lexus is pretty bad. Whether it's the same with other cars, I'm not too sure. So lap 10, not really a lot happens. Over 2.7 seconds now. But that real front left tyre is beginning to wear really quick, and quicker than the others, of course. So, and this obviously track is very right-handed orientated, so more rights and lefts. Now, as we come onto the straight before the bus stops, 2.6 second gap to Bellator, so comfortable lead. Just need to not make mistakes and everything like that, and we should be good. But of course, get a little bit of a twitchy bump, and that slows us right down, allowing Bellator there to close the gap considerably. Obviously with this front of tyre, it's wearing so much, and whether that can be done with maybe brake bias, I'm not too sure. Didn't really want to experiment. Obviously playing on controller, a bit fiddly with the controls. So he's brought the gap down now to 1.5. Obviously he is behind us within at least a straight length. And again, approaching these right-hand corners, I can't take them as quick as I would love to. So whether all I can hope is that Bellator has the same issue as me. But I guess as he closed the gap, probably not. But again, final lap. Again, taking this right-hander really slowly, but there's only one right-hander to go, and that white bar on the tyre indicator there is pretty much gone. Literally a sliver left, but it's brought the gap down now to less than a second, so we're in slipstream range. But I'm going to sign off now. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more, please let me know down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. Tell me what was your favourite moment in this particular race, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.